concepts of movement and balance in judo. That's one of the foundation for your stand-up fight. Every time that you give up your balance and your opponent knows what they're doing, they will take advantage of that, and it'll be easier for them to take you down. So Jigoro Kano's concept, okay, of force versus force, for you to understand the balance concept, it's like so. If your strength is 7 and my strength is 5, if I go 5 versus 7, what's going to happen? If I go head to head, I'm going to lose every time. Okay, he's going to overpower me because he's stronger. Okay, by that 2, that can mean anything. Okay, so but if he pushes me, and while he's pushing me, I pull in this direction, then now that we get mathematically, that's what do we get? We got 7 plus 5 going in this direction, so we get a 12. Now I'm taking his force and my force in this direction and making it easier for me. Okay, breaking his balance. Same thing that if I see or feel him pushing that way or pulling that way, and then I push, now I added 7 plus 5 in that direction. And that gives you a little bit more of an advantage in terms of using the momentum, the action-reaction game, and the basic of that physics reaction that you get when you fight an opponent. Now, the realities on competitive judo is that once you get to that level, people don't push and pull that easy. You have to find it. You got to make things happen through movement, and that's the key element that we need to understand. Now, balance again is a key for you to be able to be successful. One of the things that our athletes in here work all the time just to make sure that they understand the concept. Your head has got to stay on top of your shoulders. Every time that your head leans forward, your balance is being given. Okay? Every time your head leans back, your balance is being given. With it, and you're going to realize this once you leave this room. Since the moment you wake up in the morning, what you're doing is what? You're trying to keep your head above your shoulders. And if you want to take a step that way, what's the first thing that moves? Your head. And then the body follows. And then I don't mess up the way you're going to be walking for the rest of the day. You'll be thinking about that. But so your head moves, and then your body follows. Well, one of the key things you need to do is you need to transfer the weight as you move in order to really make that happen. But every time you transfer the weight and you put the weight on the entire side of your body, what just happened to your balance again? You're off balance. So all the weight is over here. You have to take the weight off so then you can commit to this side and be able to do the next step. So you got to understand those basics. So the bigger the step, the longer your off balancing is for that particular transaction. So in judo, we get some basic positions. Okay, when you fight, if you're left-handed or if you're right-handed, you normally have your left foot forward. Your hands are protected right here. Okay, just creating. You don't want to be too wide, because your opponent will come and grab you. Elbows in and head above your shoulders. Okay, this is a regular posture. If you want to go into defensive posture, it doesn't look like this. It goes now like my knees are slightly bended. Okay, and now I change levels. So that's kind of a defensive posture. Now, when it comes to movement, if I want to move that way, then based on what we just talked about, if I do this, then I just gave an opportunity for my opponent to take me down while I was off balance. Okay, so I gotta move the foot that is in the direction that first. So if I want to move that way, then I want to go this way. If I want to move backwards, this leg has to move forward first, and then the other leg follows. If I want to move this way, which foot needs to move first? The left foot. Okay, because if I do this, every time I cross my feet, what happens to my balance? It's gone. Okay? So move this way, move this way. If I'm going to move in a circle fashion, then I want to move that foot in that direction is the one that's going to move first. Okay? If I'm going to move forward, I'm moving this way. I'm going to move back, I'm moving this way. So never crossing your feet, keeping your head above your shoulders, keeping your elbows tight and your hands here available for the grip fight, which we're going to get to later. But the direction of movement always has to be the foot that is closer to that direction, the one that moves. Notice how I kind of drag my feet on the ground. Okay? Every time you take a big step, then the more chances you get to get swept and to get caught and to be taken down. Everybody see that? Right, so on your feet, form like a rectangular formation facing